You already know that beef tastes delicious, but did you also know that raising cattle actually prevents landfills from growing even bigger?
We hit the road to Woodville to tour the Brown family cattle farm. Father and daughter Paul and Allison Brown taught us about how cattle actually help prevent food waste by eating a balanced diet of stuff that would have otherwise ended up in a landfill.
So this is flour that isn't good enough to go for human consumption, so we buy it and feed it to the cattle.
Some of the stuff in their balanced diet includes distiller's grain, broken down corn stalks, and even donuts from local bakeries. Plus, they even eat crops that have been destroyed by weather conditions. So even though we can't eat it, the cows can.
I love any chance I can get to visit local farms. The opportunity to create connections with what I eat and where it comes from is so meaningful to me. At my recent visit to a local feedlot, I got to learn about all the ways in which cattle play a role in reducing food waste. Get this, in Canada, nearly 60% of the food we produce is wasted. Shocking, right? Well, you might be surprised to learn that cattle have the unique ability to transform a lot of waste into highly nutritious protein, like the beef we eat.
Watch as this ex-vegan takes a tour of a cattle feedlot. When I began to eat meat again, I made one promise to myself, and that was to be intentional with the meat that I was consuming. Part of that is knowing the story of the animals, where they're raised, what they eat, how they're cared for, and I wanted to see it firsthand, so I got down a little bit dirty at a feedlot just outside of Lethbridge. I wanted to know everything and not shy away from the reality of eating animals, and here is what I learned. Cattle assist in lowering food wastage by eating quote-unquote ugly produce, as well as byproducts from producing food for people or weather-damaged crops that would have otherwise been headed for a landfill. I also learned that feedlots work with large animal vets and nutritionists twice a week to ensure that they are healthy.
A couple weeks ago, I had the opportunity to visit the Palmaker feedlot located near Lanigan, Saskatchewan, which is Canada's first integrated feedlot ethanol facility. The ethanol plant produces two co-products or leftovers from the ethanol production. These leftovers are called wet distiller's grain and thin stillage. These co-products are rich in protein and can be included as part of the balanced diet for cattle. So there are nutritional benefits of feeding these co-products to cattle, but there are also environmental benefits since these co-products are kept out of a landfill.
Okay, so what do Canadian beef cattle farmers and ranchers and the BC wine industry have in common? A true focus on sustainability and ensuring all byproducts, whether food waste or grape pumice, can be used again to enhance our environment, and in this case, fertilizer in the vineyard that contributes to the delicious wines we enjoy today. So here's how it works. We picked up grape pumice, which is the byproduct after press, including the skins, seeds, and stems at Tightrope Winery off of the Naramata Bench. We then drove to Okanagan Falls and dropped it off at Brian's farm, where he raises cattle as part of the rangeland ecosystem in BC. We mixed this pumice with cattle manure, and it started the fermentation process to make compost. After about 5 months, this natural fertilizer is ready to be added back into the vineyards. This soil amendment offers nutrients back to the land and helps retain moisture, increases vine health, and improves the overall soil structure. Tightrope Winery is one of the many that uses this compost in their vineyards. Here's to sustainable farming in BC.